Right. Okay. So we leave it in that stage. Richard, yes, you are correct. I think we have some Sufism scholars and practitioners. We have Ibu Dona Latif, we have Ibu Maya Suharnoko, and I also know that you have some of the of our members of Gladiator Bangsa who are also a great Sufism scholars and practitioners themselves. So Richard, please, take the charge and invite them to contribute, making a comments or questions or discuss things with Gunnar.
We have a young gentleman here, Daniel Wawandaku. Daniel, you have any questions, Daniel?
Can I hear the question? Please repeat, Richard.
No, there is no question. You can ask questions, Daniel.
Okay.
Just show us your face.
Okay. First of all, I would like to share my spiritual journey, and maybe Mr. Gunnar or Richard or Mr. Kun can respond to it. I've been practicing for decades by doing yoga meditation, and then I realized that yoga meditation is actually reversing the process of creation. So it's like Mr. Gunnar said before, that everything comes from the singular reality. And I also realized that singular reality is boundless, infinite, and formless. But it's not actually empty. There's something in it, and something in that boundless, formless, infinite reality actually has a consciousness. And that consciousness witnessing its own boundless, infinite realities. There is no horizon in that reality. And all of us came from it and will be back to it after our soul being cleansed by the process of this life, this journey of this material life. And then after I realized that, I also realized that everything in this material life, all of us, is actually going through a process of that, like to purify our soul so we can go back to it, become it again, become the true reality. What you think about that, Mr. Gunnar? Thank you.
Very good questions.
Thank you. That's very beautiful. I think there's only one thing. The idea that we move away from a singular consciousness and then go back to it is just our perception of things. Whereas systemically, it is impossible to be away from that singular consciousness. It is that sometimes we're unable to observe it. But that singular consciousness is all there is. You cannot go away to it, and you cannot go back to it. So this is the complex part of that singularity, of that oneness. Because from time to time, we don't feel part of that oneness. That is the functioning of the brain. From time to time, we feel that we step away from it, and then we come back to it, and then we step away from it. But it is just our perception. In reality, there is no other existence than that singular consciousness. So we are always with it. And our life is a passage. We all live through through difficulties, through challenges, through pain, through loss. And all of this is actually shaping our perception and how we view and experience events. And all of it is perfect. All the pain, all the sorrow, all the cracks, all the bombs, they are all the perfection of existence, because it is what brings us to now. Everything brings us to our state right this second. The path that you choose becomes irrelevant as long as you can see Allah in the eyes of the children that you are looking at. That is the only important thing in life, I think. Because if we are able to see existence in this way, then we start to disappear. When we start to observe ourselves in the same way that we are observing others and become the observing one, then we are constantly at that singular consciousness. Thank you, Daniel. That was very beautiful.